So this is my Weston beach race video. I ended up with 153rd out of 650 riders. Wanted to beat my last year's position of 125th, but this year with Storm Amy causing carnage on the Saturday, our race was cut short to 1.5 hours, and the longer races to suit me better, and I've been doing loads of long distance running to train for the longer races, but yeah, it was cut short, so it didn't suit me really. But I normally film an outro to the video, but this year when I went to collect my stand, which I fitted a tracker to find after the race, let's just say it went walkies, and we had to chase the stand out of Weston in someone's van. But I'll put this on the end of the video. I was unsure whether to add it in because I want to keep the video positive. But yeah, I'll put it on the end of the video. I did have the calls recorded and stuff of when I caught out the thief. I say thief, he reckons he didn't mean to take it, but I can't see that happening. But yeah, I'll add that on the end of the video if you want to watch it. So yeah, stay tuned. Where are we off to, Charlie?
Weston beach race.
Let's go.
Let's go to Daddy.
Say my name's Miles.
Me, Miles.
And I'm gonna be a future Weston beach race winner. Yeah, that's what I said.
Me, Miles.
I'm Miles. Are you gonna ride motorbikes?
And my bags.
Are you gonna ride motorbikes?
Getting quite deep, they're having to splash their head through this. And there we go, I can see them coming up the straight now.
Once you don't get sand in there with it.
You want fresh gloves?
I might put gloves. I'll have the other goggles though.
I thought you was doing a full race then, on a second full track.
Can you chuck them on my head?
What?
Can you put them on my head?
Go on. How many laps have you done?
I don't know. Can you connect my water in, Dad?
kept going, yeah? What?
Yeah, I've kept going so far. Connect my water.
Right now. Okay. Yeah, right. Tell you what, you're doing alright to do all that. Yeah. Good luck, enjoy
Yes.
So after the race, we went to go and get my stand, and as I looked, I put a tracker on it just so I could find it. I thought, that don't look like it's where I left it, by Park Ferme. So anyway, Jess said, nah, don't worry, it's probably just the signal's dropped out. So next thing I know, it's pinged up by the vans. So I said, nah, I thought someone's got my stand, I'm not having this. So I run back to the vans, and the signal kept dropping out. It was only like refreshing every few minutes. Next thing I know, it's on the road out of Weston. So I rung Jess. I said, quick, come on, let's go and chase this stand. So I did film this. I thought this is going to be like a James Bond movie, trying to get his £20 stand back. But I thought it's not the point of the cost of the stand. If someone's got it in their van and it's got my name all over it, my stickers, there's no way you could mistake it for yours. So yeah, anyway, we've chased it out of Weston in the van, but the signal, like I said, every few minutes it was just pinging back up. And then we went closer to the M5. As soon as we got to by the M5, signal dropped out. So we stopped for food, waiting for the signal to ping back up, hoping it was going down the M5 towards South Wales, and we would just sort of follow it. But yeah, when the signal pinged back on my phone, it went the other way, down to Devon way. So because the stand was heading the wrong way down the M5, I thought, right, I won't chase it. I'm gonna wait until it goes to an address and find it that way. So it took until, I think it was 7 o'clock that night, for the stand to reach this address in Cornwall, and it was literally as far down as possible. It was Porthleven, I think it's called, and I had this tracker pinging up on this address, and it was it was a house on the end, and you could tell it was this address. So I went on the land registry, paid the like £7 to see who owned the house, and it turns out I've googled this guy's name and just got this business up, and his name is there, his picture. So I give him a ring the next day. He must have gone to work because the tracker had gone to a different location, and this address, this number and his name was on this business. So I rung him up the next day and I said, look mate, I said, I've got you've got my stand, tracked it to your address. And I give him his address, and he was like, yeah, that's my personal address. What happened? We was throwing things in the van. It might have gone in the van, but do you know what I mean? It's a good walk to the vans from where the stand was, so it was obviously bullshit. He got his brother to ring me then, and I have got the call recorded, but I'm not going to name and shame these guys, because they were there with a youth rider, and I don't think it's fair to bring him into it if it wasn't him that took the stand. So so his brother rang me and said, look Tyler, I apologise, and they sound really posh, so I'm pretty shocked they stole the stand, but yeah, I'm so sorry Tyler, what happened, we used the stand because my boy couldn't start his bike, and he did just waffle on, if I'm honest. So he was going to send the stand back to me, he reckons, but I said I don't really want to give my address to somebody who's stolen off me, so I'll just give him a figure to send me, which covered my time and the stand and the tracker. So he ended up sending me the money, and sort of that was the end of it. But I think he was quite shocked when I gave his address. He was in a bit of a panic, but so he should be if you've taken something of someone's. Yeah, you should face the consequences. So I think he was panicked someone had his address, because you don't want people having your addresses with motorbikes being there and stuff. So yeah, I got compensated for the stolen stand, but yeah, it would have been better if I'd filmed us chasing him out and catching him with the stand. But I'm sort of glad that didn't happen, really, because yeah, I was a bit pissed off on the day, but yeah, the day after, I didn't let it go off my head because he's still at my stand, but yeah, we got it sorted in the end.